This is Traxx FM's morning show. You're hanging out with Diyana and BK all the way till 10 in the morning, and come Fridays at 8:15 in the morning, we will have property on Traxx with the one and only Gunaprasath Bupalan, and every week we'll be talking a little bit what property is all about.
Yay! Hi, welcome back.
Good morning.
This means I get really happy seeing your face because every time I see you, it's like Friday. Yes, this is the best.
I got excited for a minute there.
It's-
then the spanner was thrown in the works.
She's looking to the weekend, bro. She's looking for the weekend.
I'm looking to you and the weekend. Don't I say like that. But anyway, so today we really wanted to start talking about smart investing because we have all been advised to invest our earnings wisely and not throw it away with unnecessary luxuries that we can't actually afford. Now, Guna, you have been speaking here at Traxx FM on property for the past 3 years or so, and we've heard you mention almost every week to invest smartly. Now, could we take this week's segment to discuss this smart investing further? Like, what do you actually mean by smart investing?
Yes, do I get money at the end of the day?
Well, yes, Diana, and no.
Oh no! Put our
Sorry,
hopes up for a
BK.
bit there.
I'm gonna burst your bubble.
This would surely deem useful for listeners who are about to get into the property investing game. Let me start off the segment by saying that the first thing one needs to look at when it comes to property investment is what are you buying this property for?
Right.
Right? Is it to own for own stay or is it for investment?
But-
You've got to understand those two parts, yeah?
But is there actually, like, what is the difference? Like, a home is a home, an investment is investment. I mean, like, it's still separate, right?
This is where many people get it wrong. The criteria and things to look out for when it comes to property investment vary if it's for own stay as compared to investment. Right? If you are purchasing for own stay, all you need to look at or all you need to understand are these 5 pointers here. Is it convenient for you and your family? Is there good accessibility? Is it good and safe? Is it a good and safe location? Is the property within a good community? And is it the right price?
Right. But earlier, before the show show started, you were talking about the house buying stages, and that was quite interesting. But could you explain that again?
Yes, in general, for the average home buyer, there are 4 stages of home purchase. Right. First phase is the initiation home. Your first time home buy. You would probably keep it small and affordable if you were smart and live there for the next 5 to 10 years. All right. The second phase, the upgrade home. This is the time when you realize that the home isn't large enough for you, your wife, and probably that newborn that just came along. So you would start looking for something bigger. Most people move to a bigger condominium or a bigger apartment at this point in time. And then you've got your third phase, the family home. This is the home that you aspire to get. You now have a family, not just a baby. They need space, you need space. You find it hard to move any longer. You need a garden, you need a pet. So you move to a larger, probably a landed home. And then comes the fourth phase, the empty nester. Maybe probably after 20 years, your kids get married or go off overseas to school or work, and it's back to you and your wife. Looking at such a big home with so many rooms makes no sense any longer. Right? Keeping it clean is troublesome and tiresome. So you move back to a smaller apartment or a condominium just for the two of you to live. So it's a cycle. And it's a general cycle. From small to big to bigger, back to small.
Okay, and getting back to the initial topic of today, how does actually buying for investment differ from buying for your own stay?
Okay, when it comes to investment, unlike buying for own stay, there are many areas to look into. First, research. Location, location, location. I sing this mantra almost every week. Yeah, you got to look at a good location, potential area growth. Your area has got to have potential to grow. Potential property growth. The particular development you're buying into, does it have potential to grow? Right? And potential rental. Are you able to rent that out? So you got to research all this. Research as in the sense that it's a new development, so you can't actually research on it per se, but you can research on the catchment area.
Right.
The other developments that are around the area.
Perhaps location in terms of like the ease of getting into public transportations, and also maybe
Definitely.
a mall nearby or something.
Definitely, amenities.
Yeah.
Whenever you buy into something, look for the amenities. Is there a hospital nearby? Very important. Are there schools nearby? Very important. Shopping complexes, grocery stores, all these stuff are very important. MRTs, LRTs, your public transport. In case you don't drive on a particular day, or if you don't drive at all, you need public transport. Or that particular day your car breaks down, is it easy for you to get in and out?
Right.
All these conveniences you have to look at.
Okay.
All right. Next is the game plan. Strategize when to buy, who to buy from, and how many units can you obtain. Which units would be the best? Now, what I mean by this is basically look at the right time to buy. When I say right time, I don't mean which year you buy into. I mean, do you have the finances for it? When is the right time for you to buy? As in, do you have the finances for it? Are you able to obtain a loan at this point in time? Who to buy from? Look for a developer that is credible.
Okay.
All right. Make sure you look for a developer that's credible. Do your diligence. Check on the developer.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
But how do you determine if that person is a good developer?
Well, first and foremost, if you ask me, I would say the developer needs to be registered with REDA, the Real Estate Housing Developer Act. The developer has to be registered there. Then you've got one step in. Then you do your research. You research on the developer and see what other developments they have come up with and previously, and based on those developments, are they successful?
Okay.
Are people happy there?
Okay.
That's one of the ways you could check.
Okay.
All right. And how many units can you obtain from your budget? Are you able to get 1 unit or 2 units or 3 units? Because you're looking at investment here, you know. So how many units can you actually purchase and make use of that, right? And which units would be the best? Would it be a good view unit, or would it be a lower floor unit, or would it be a higher floor unit? You've got to research this as well.
Well, in terms of, is it in terms of like feng shui, or is
Maybe for a lot of people it is feng shui
Okay.
as well. You know, I wouldn't promote it, but yeah, a lot of people do look into feng shui. You know, so do your check on your feng shui as well. You know, but make sure you get the right stuff. That's what I'm trying to say here. Right? Finances. Understand your affordability. Please don't bite too much that you can't chew. You know, and look at the legalities and the fees. Right? Remember, when you think you can afford 500,000 for a home, you probably can afford 400,000. If you think you can afford 750,000, you probably could afford 500,000. Always go one notch back.
Right. So
Alright.
the whole idea is not to spend more than what you have. If you
Yeah.
cannot actually get to the budget that you had allocated, go less. If you
Go
can.
less.
Okay.
Right? Don't go, and make sure you don't go more. A lot of people make that mistake. They go and look at a few homes and they see, hey, this is 500,000 within my budget. But the next door development is 600,000. It's only 100,000 more. On the long run, it's not going to cost much. Maybe I should go for that because it's nicer. Yes, definitely. But the problem is you don't realize that in time to come, other things crop up. You need repairs. You need to pay. I've got a lot of payments. You've got to pay for your taxes.
Right.
You've got to pay for
Your quick rent.
quick
your
rent.
monthly,
You know, the
yeah,
whole
all
works
of it put
is
together.
there. So you've got to take all that into consideration. Don't forget your management fee.
Right.
That's a monthly payment as well. You know, so look at all this and don't go too much. You, like I said, there's 4 stages. So go small into your first stage,
Alright.
and then you can work your way up.
I think property is one of the very few places you can say don't aim all the way to the high. Like
Yes.
you aim maybe a little bit lower than the high.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair
So your game plan is very important.
Okay.
And most importantly, what a lot of people fail to do is create a good exit strategy. Now, when to exit, you need to know how to exit and what do you do upon exiting.
Right.
Right? Now, I'd like to relate this back to Monopoly.
Like the game.
Pretty much.
Now, when I play Monopoly, I grew up in a household that loved Monopoly. And we used to do all kinds of things. We'll have a banker, we'll have loans, all kinds of stuff we used to do with Monopoly. Now, when I play Monopoly, from those days, before the game starts, I knew how I want to end the game.
Okay.
In the sense that, okay, I within 2 hours, I want to be out of this game. So if within 2 hours I don't achieve what I want to achieve, I will sell off my stuff and at least get money for it. So basically that was my exit plan. So in the real world, when it comes to property, it's the same thing. You need to have an exit plan in the sense that, okay, I'm going to buy this property, I'm going to have it for the next 5 years. 5 years, I'm going to sell. So if, let's say I profited just 30% from it, it's okay, I've got my 30%, I'm moving on. Don't want that 40%.
Okay.
Don't aim for that 50% or 60% because you don't know what's going to happen. So have that exit plan. Even if it's 20% that you made, you make 20%.
Sure.
And then move on.
So it's all about lowering the risks in a way.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, well, I mean, I think we're going to take a quick break, but before we head off, if you guys want to stay in touch with us, head to Traxx FM Official on Facebook. You can ask Guna any questions at all. We are Property on Traxx.
In fact, saying a good morning to Shamsul Mama, who just said good morning to her.
Morning, Shamsul.
Yeah, we'll be back in a short bit. Right after this one, Kerman, Hands Up, Traxx FM.
Hey, what's up? You are listening to the morning show. It's Property on Traxx right now with Gunaprasath Bupalan, and we are talking about smart investing. Now, he was explaining earlier, like, what the difference is between, buying for investment compared to buying for, purchasing so that you can stay over there. We want to, continue on with this conversation. Like, why would someone invest in property as opposed to the various other forms of investing?
All right. Well, good question, yeah? Now, do bear in mind that real estate investments are one of the most secure types of investments nowadays. We all know that stocks and bonds can be badly affected by recession, as we had experienced back in 2008. Real estate, on the other hand, has the capacity to increase in value as time passes, even as an effect of economic fluctuation. Right? Good real estate investment gives you better leverage, hence makes it a desirable collateral for loans. The earning capacity of these types of properties make it an attractive mortgage subject for banks and other financial institutions. Good real estate investment appreciates over time or increases its net worth throughout the years. Real estate is an investment where you can have a say on what happens to it. You can decide what to do with the investment and not just let others do the thinking for you, as what happens with investments on stocks, where a board of directors generally does the overall decisions for the investment. So you've got a hand in it. It's basically your baby, and it's your decision how you manage it, right?
You mentioned a little bit about smart investing. Could you give us a little bit of some tips and insights about that?
Well, the first thing, don't be a cow.
What does that mean?
Human beings do not need to have the herd mentality like cows do. Right? We can think for ourselves. It doesn't mean that just because Auntie Lim said buy here, you should buy here. Or because everyone is buying at a particular development, you should too. Remember, it could be inflated with bad initial research. There's a lot of examples of this, which I do not want to mention names on radio, but there's a lot of examples of this where it has happened, where a particular development has come up, there's a lot of hoo-ha about it, people ran there, a lot of people invested, and everyone was telling each other, go and invest, and it flopped. Right? Because there's no research done on it. Right? So do your own research.
You've mentioned research now, but what's the best way to get research out of this? Like in terms of, I don't know, layman's ears, he would want to get a new property and he's like, where do I get the proper research to be done to buy this property?
Where do we even begin?
Okay, first of all, talk to current property investment tycoons. They may not share all their secrets, but many of them like to help.
Okay.
All right? Don't think that they don't. They do like to help. Right? Always look for that big M's. You know those M's?
Yes.
Yeah. Or the green coffee man.
Yes.
Or even the 99 sundry guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I just understood that. Okay, right.
Please don't think that they set up shop to flip burgers or to serve you coffee. Right? They are investing in an area. Hence, they always do proper research before embarking. Right on their research. I ask you a question, the two of you. Right? Now, when you go into certain areas, you will realize that there's the big M on the left, and further down on the right, there's another big M.
Right.
If you go 100 meters down, there's another big M. Why do you think they need to set up 3 big M's around?
Because it's up and developing?
Yeah,
There's a lot of traffic, maybe,
exactly.
a lot of people
The area's
around.
coming up, and they're investing in property there.
Right. Okay.
Similar with that green coffee man as
Yeah.
well. You'll realize that in one location there's 2 or 3 of them. Right? So there's a reason for this.
Okay.
Right? Look only at upcoming areas such as growth areas. For me, personally, it's the Southern Growth Corridor.
Are we talking about anywhere that's heading south of like KL? Or
Yes, correct.
That's
Yeah,
what
so
you're
I'm talking about if you're passing Puchong area right until Seremban.
Okay.
Right.
That's the area to look at the moment. That's the upcoming area. It's been upcoming for the last few years. It's already shot up to double
Yeah.
on price. And there's a lot of room for growth.
Okay.
Right.
So look at the areas like that.
Okay. So what next, Guna? Like once you have identified the area through all the research and tips you gave earlier, what do you do next?
Keep an eye out, but your ears wide open. Don't just see what is available. Listen to what's being offered. Study the units that are being sold. Look for the lowest in price first. Visit the lowest in price first so that you are not acceptable. So you are acceptable to certain lackings in the others. Buying at 100,000 ringgit below market and spending 50,000 ringgit to renovate would put you automatically in a 50,000 profitable position. A great way to assure profits when you sell.
Right.
Always understand the property before purchase. If it is way below market value, find out exactly what is wrong. Some things can be fixed easily, but some could be a horror story. Basically to your pocket. Right? So remember, strategic purchasing could work in your favor if it is done right.
Okay. Well, I mean, continuing on, I suppose, like in could you give us a bit of a scenario, like how to do that?
Okay, prices around the city center are extremely high at the moment. You may be able to purchase a decent 1,000 square feet unit for about 2 million ringgit. This is a repayment of approximately 10,000 ringgit monthly on a maximum 30-year loan after placing a 20% down payment of 400,000 ringgit. Unachievable for many of us.
Right.
All right. However, you need to live closer to work, and you work in the city center. So what do you do?
Yes. What does
Alright.
one do, Guna?
Buy a house in areas such as Nilai, Pajam, Bangi, Semenye, Seremban for 400,000 ringgit.
Okay.
It's between 40 minutes to 1 hour from KLCC. Right? Don't live there.
Okay.
Just buy a house.
Just buy a house.
Okay.
Alright? Your repayment back to the bank should be around 1,600 ringgit per month.
Okay.
Rent the unit out for 1,200 ringgit per month. Rent a home for yourself to stay slightly away from KLCC for about 1,500 ringgit. In totality, after receiving a rental from your tenant, you will need to fork out 1,900 per month for the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Right? You live close to work and you have a house under your name. When the property prices start to boom in the area you have purchased, sell and buy closer to
And you
KLCC.
just build it from there.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting. So yes. Okay, like, I think I'll be really frank. When I was younger, we played Monopoly. I never really understood what the whole concept of it was. It's just collect, but not really sure what to buy, when, and how you profit from it. And then eventually you like build the little hotels and whatnot. But I mean, this has been really, really insightful on how to even go about it. Like, it's really all step-by-step basis. So thank you so much, Guna, for helping us out.
Not at all. I really hope this helps. Yes, live Monopoly.
Yeah.
I'd love to say that. Live Monopoly.
Live Monopoly it is.
All right. Well, this is Property on Traxx with Gunaprasath Bupalan. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be back again next Friday. But for now, yes, if you want to watch it again, we're on Traxx FM official live. So yeah, it'll be really, really interesting to hear what you have to tell us next week. And if you have any questions for Guna, you could actually just keep posting, let us know, and then maybe we'll get Guna to answer it next week
Sure.
as well.
Even drop some topics
Yes.
things that you'd like to hear.
Yes.
Things
I'll
that
try
you
and
wanna
make a
hear.
script out of it.
If
as well.
if anything sparks your interest, you want to learn how to make a little bit of extra cash from that. But for now, we're gonna head off for a tiny bit. So
Sending a couple of good mornings out to our Facebook friends out there. Gunaprasath Chai, Shirley Key, Kue Chakwe, and also Miss Ling Miss who's saying good morning to you, Guna.
Good morning, everyone. Have a good
Alright.
weekend.
Fantastic. So we'll catch you in a bit. This is Traxx FM's The Morning Show. Right. Awesome. Well, that's a really good topic.
Good. Over our budget.
Okay, this is like.
No, people upstairs.
Yeah.
They'll give him shit.
Oh, really? Sorry.
I know, because it used to be a 45-minute show. It was so nice, a 45 minutes.
But this particular topic, because of the breakdown, it's so much better to like. This one would need to expand a little bit. I mean, you can mention it's on our end because like we were asking additional questions compared to
Don't
what
worry
was
about
saying.
it.
But we protect each other no matter what. That is the most important thing. Like for me, I'm always all about take it for the team. Let's do it. Okay, what do we usually say to send it?
Production. Just put
Are we on
property
mute?
first.